Hello, Johnny's. Sorry for calling you Johnny's. I didn't really mean to use that name for my audience. I know it's quite stupid. I know it's quite silly, but I didn't really want to like avoid, just always like calling weird names for my audience. It's not easy because you have to call them something that you will choose to rename it, but sometimes you don't know what to name for the audience. So I just rather just call them, uh, you know, I, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I have no information. What names can I call my audience? I guess I'll just call them, uh, viewers. I'll just call them viewers. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what names I use, doesn't matter what names I choose, or you know what I mean, guys? It's got to be really difficult when you have to name what audience what they want to be called. But it's not because it can make someone feel uncomfortable. It's just because it can make them feel really intimidated by using the name Johnny's. I got it from like Chicken Nuggets, so I got that from similar from his channel. I wasn't Johnny's who called the audience for a channel. It's Juggies who called them for the channel. That's where I got that from, guys. I got that. I made that a new Johnny name for no reason, so I saw about that. I didn't mean to apologise, but I had to apologise. But yeah, guys, I had a good day. I was just on my games on Xbox. I'm so happy to be glad to get online and play the game online and be able to get to play with other players and that. Every time in the community, a lot of people were not playing yesterday because there was a Xbox outage that happened, which was but must be since it started middle of the night since July 26th to July 28th, which is 2 days ago. So that's like it's been a while since I haven't been on GTA 4 since day one. Um, it's just not easy when you have to make up everything that you have to clarify stuff. It's like when you always admitting that you're not the best, you're not the only one as alone. You're just always here to be neutral by then um just to schedule be organized. You have to get that vibe inside your mind, but you have to change your whole part of your mind as part of the the head's brain. Sometimes you gotta remember the cells in your head. You gotta like try to figure out what information that you should trust. Like so sometimes you should trust the information that you have to describe. It's not something that you cannot even regulate it, but that's because you don't know what else can you easily recall on adjustment to to bring up the strength. You don't anyone doesn't have any superpowers like one of them, the Marvel movies, like Disney Pictures, something that people really interested what they like to see or they're interested in their lifetime. That's something like they like to do to watch something that's entertainment. That's a face like that's what the brain cells helps you to communicate with information. But at the end of the day, you do struggle to talk when you have autism because you talk about something that's kind of it's kind of like more passionate, but you get over passionate over everything. So sometimes you don't know what realized relation that you're not even like, try not to, uh, s- just trying to uncentralize your whole body, but your brain will tell you to shut down over verbal shutdown. So sometimes it's quite common when you have autism. So some people who are autistic have some similar traits as they don't know how to communicate their needs because uh, they don't know how to talk about their problems. They don't know how to talk about their enemies in real life. They don't know how to talk about that. They just don't care about people being apathetic. They just care about people being empathetic for them. You know what I mean? So that's like I feel like I do have some ADHD side effects from the autism, but I don't take stimulants for ADHD. I take like I don't have to say it out loud. I don't have to say it out loud. So that's why I don't want to say it out loud. Um, but yeah, I'm listen. I'm really having a good time. I wish I was going. I could go for a walk. I don't think I could go for a walk because, I mean, I don't know what's the point if you can't even go out inside and get some fresh air. When you just get sat in the house and getting too bored all of a sudden, you just get nothing to do in the house. Like you just randomly appear at certain times when you play an Xbox. You just think that people will be waiting in the lobby, And then you might think, why are they not playing the game? Like, because they're getting bored playing the same crap over and over and over again. So that's like, you have to like remind remind that you're not getting spun out from boredom. That just remind that if you have like autism or ADHD, if you're atypical, no offense, if some of you who goes to work and who struggles to make friends, who doesn't want to go to work, that's because some people who have like intellectual difficulty disabilities, which could be associated with learning disabilities, which could be associated with I don't know, maybe with sometimes some people with intellectual disabilities may have a little bit of autism, but that's like that's what I have. I have like intellectual learning disability, because that's like something that's not easy process to talk to people about. It's like sometimes they might not understand that. They might not understand what I'm saying about what disability do I have. It doesn't matter the type of disability I have. It's just everyone's disability is different. So that doesn't mean that we never will be treated as humans. We are humans. We are individually humans. Excuse me. We are humanized. We are humanized. We have the ability to know what we root for. Why do we support our embrace and our you know, acceptance month. That's because we want to be liked. That's because we want to be cared. We want to be we just want to be man of our kindness and be the people that we really love, so that we know we care about who we are. We should care about who we are. You should never ever want to feel like you want to feel disliking who that person. It's just like your whole personality is not from the bad circumstances that you created. That's because the world can be a daunting place, because it can be very overwhelming when you don't know what place you're not gonna go out and travel and go out and make new pals. Like, that's not easy, right? That's not easy. So yeah, I don't know, because I wish I could do something that could keep me going, but sometimes, end of the day, the skate shoe feels completely tiring. It can be really stigmatizing. It can get really drafting, because certain times I would even function, even when I was a guy like me, I would even be that same person. I would be a different person. I'd be a complete different person. So I don't want that to let that happen to me. I never wanted to, because I want to be the same guy like I am. I want to be the guy that can be bright. I'm overly bright. So I'm overly bright with other people who are getting mad at me on the Xbox. I don't care if they're getting mad. I only care about people enjoying themselves getting them mad at me. I don't care. But I don't know. I just only care about people just telling me that they don't have the ability to argue with me, because I'm a nice guy. I'm very humble. I'm just trying not to talk overly passionate about myself. That's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about something that could be quite challenging to talk about for myself. Like, that, you know what I mean? Like, that could be quite difficult to understand. That people out there don't understand about what behaviors do I experience. So that's not easy when you have to figure out what behaviors you have. It doesn't matter what behaviors people in autism, spectrum don't really know what type of personality or behaviors they got. But I kind of got like an indifferent behavior, because sometimes I get treated indifferently, and that's why I have problems with the chaos. When people act chaotic against me, I wouldn't even be interested in hearing any so much bad information about, like, calling me, bad names, and just not, you know, just not understanding what type of communication do I ever realize what I'm thinking I'm doing. It just makes it difficult to understand what type of communication do I really experience. Sometimes I do experience so much challenges with understanding about the world, just to understand what people are thinking and what people are feeling. That's difficult. So that could be a reason that I find that challenging, is because I'm vulnerable. So sometimes when I'm vulnerable, that could be quite hard on my mental health. So sometimes when I was at college, I left college. Maybe because I was in theory 5, I don't go there anymore. It's maybe because I went to back into price spend, enjoyed it, but I don't want to go back there anymore. So that's like, you have to just try and move on from something that you really like to do. So sometimes I enjoy going to like a lot of places in maybe Fife. You know, I don't know. I'm a Scottish guy, so don't get me wrong. So sometimes it's fine to always feel like you have to just judge your speech. It doesn't matter what type of matters do they really need to succeed to get the finish line done. That doesn't always have to be automatic. That everyone doesn't really have to be nice or to you. You know, everyone doesn't have to be nice to each other. Everyone has to just always treat them as normal. You know, so sometimes people with autism want to be treated as normal. Like some people with ADHD or learning disability might always not understand about the social rules. So sometimes, like myself, yeah, I don't understand social rules because sometimes I clearly make myself feel problematic for my mental health. Like that could be quite difficult when you have to stick up to yourself and say, "Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna try pick that person to talk to because he's a really nice chatty person, and I wish I want to be just like him." And that, you know what I mean? That could be quite difficult when you have to go through that. Like sometimes it's called I think it's called comparing with other people. So don't ever compare with other people. Don't compare what other people are thinking. Don't compare what people are saying. That's what I should do, guys. I did it in the past. It wasn't good for my mental health because I was unhealthy. But it was a bad habit. I was a bad habit. I was in a bad place, and I didn't really want to talk about it because I don't want to completely not acknowledge my past. I just want to move on from it. So that's what I feel like. Going to college wasn't easy. Going the bus wasn't easy because I had panic attacks. Thought I was going to get really ill from mental health issues. Wasn't quite fun. Wasn't fantastic. Wasn't a good experience. And after that, I didn't realize that I didn't have a good time. I had difficulty eating in the morning. It's because I was panicky. I was feeling like I didn't. I was That was the time I wasn't on medication. That was the time that I wasn't on my tabs. I was fine that day. And then after that, I came on energy drinks. You know why I came on energy drinks? Because I stopped. So that's like I did do energy drinks before, but I stopped. So it's because I don't want to develop bad gums disease. Because I don't want to get any germs in my mouth. I don't want to get any bacteria growth in my contaminated system. That doesn't have to be that completely, you know, normal. It's not completely normal. It's completely serious. But you have to realize, pay attention to your body. Don't ever ignore any warning signs what your mind is telling you. Always remember that your brain is telling that you need to stop. You need to stop these addictive behaviors. You need to learn to stop being overly friendly and learn to be empathetic for what people are trying to expected that they're trying to say that they like you. They're always here to look out for you and care about you. So that doesn't really mean we get really so traumatized by why people care too much, like myself, because I care too much. See what I mean, guys? I do care too much. I mean, that's because sometimes I'm a caring person. I'm a very more responsible guy. Just like I'm my age 23. I'm 23 already. I'm going to be 24 next month. So I'm going to maybe try plan on making good videos and good content about my future life. And I want to talk about that. That could be more necessary reason to understand what we call new ability, because it's called a different ability. That's like you have to just try your best. Keep up the flow. Don't ever give up on what your life future's like. Always remember that life is all about departing these chaos. Abandon the chaos, abandon your anger, and but never abandon your true self, because you don't want to feel like that. Nobody wants to feel like that. I really literally want to feel like a normal human being with autism and ADHD. That's who I am. So that's not so easy when you have to keep spend time with masking with other people. Because ever since I was going on holiday to like in leaving, that was good. I had a good time. I had a good chat with the people. I had a good chat with the conversations that I was getting to know them. I was getting really shy at the beginning because I didn't want to go out of the living room and get to talk to new people because I felt vulnerable. So that's why I didn't want to get rid of vulnerable by asking, why can I not ask them questions to say that I'm very shy, or why am I feeling insecure, or why am I feeling like I'm being rejected? That's because I had a false perception of fears. That's why I didn't want to get completely rejected by the people who didn't know who I was and didn't know how I was behaving and how I was acting. That's not easy. It really isn't. So Alright, that was a good conversation chat. Had a nice speech right there. Could you please leave a comment and let me know what you think. If you think I'm been going through a lot of good times or bad times, let me know. Leave a comment. If you think I'm getting on fine, do you think I'm not getting on well? Just let me know because I need your opinion. Because I completely finished the game anyway. I don't want to get back on there again. I'll get really bored and tired of playing the same crap all over, and then I'll just get really burned out from playing the same, hobbies all the time. So that doesn't mean it can be difficult to stop getting bored. It just depends on the situation that I'm getting bored with. So don't cope with me with that what I'm saying about the boredom and the levels I have. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you've got comments, please let me know. If you give me any opinions, give me your thoughts to share any solutions. If you've got any plans to organise my future, my videos, just please click the comment because I'm going to maybe upload this video on Wednesday and I'm not going to forget. I will try to remember to upload it at 4 o'clock because I don't want to upload it early in the morning because it's not going to work right. Because it's not going to work right because I'm not going to get any views. I'm not going to get any watch hours. That's why I don't want to give up on that. So I still don't want to give up. I'm enjoying it. At least I'm just trying to enjoy myself, have a coffee. I'm not even trying to get really completely agitated when I'm speaking. I'm just trying my best to try to acknowledge what I'm trying to find the right inputs to spell out my describe and being able to discover it to the people around me. Because in my childhood, it was difficult. I had difficult making friends. I had difficulty understanding what people are saying. I forgot what they were meaning. I forgot what they were saying. I forgot what they were speaking about. Like that's not easy when you're on your hot stick. But people with ADHD don't have problems with communication difficulties. They just have problems with like inattention and impulsivity and maybe inattention or hyperactivity, something like that. But that's my experience, guys. I experience that all the time. Like I keep experiencing when I'm having a coffee. Well, not necessarily. I don't even experience when I'm drinking like when I'm drinking like less coffee. So it only happens when I drink too much coffee. It can actually be worse than my ADHD symptoms. So that's why I don't want to get completely overwhelmed by a lot of information I need to take through. Depends on the process. That's what I could say. Alright guys, thanks for your expectations to watch this video. If you go in the comments, please share with your friends and family what you think about my personality. If you think I got a really good behaviour, do you think I got a really good attitude, let me know, because I'm like a Bugs Bunny guy, and don't get me wrong, and again, this channel's not made for kids. Trust me guys, this channel's not made for kids. But thank you ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to, and I'll see you on another side. Don't forget that, and I'll take it easy on my journey. Have a good one.